Hello, hello. It is simply Tammy. This is my first time going live on YouTube directly. Years ago when I was doing the Women Who Win, I did stream live while I was streaming those live to Facebook. But had something I've been wanting to share for a moment and thought that I would do a more prepared message, pre-recorded, and put all the little bells and whistles with it, like my music and things. But the more that I decide that I need to prepare it, the more opportunity it gives for me to put it off. And so I decided to go ahead and get it done so that I can move forward with what follows this. So there's a couple of things I wanted to discuss. I did not write them down, so I'm trying to go off the dome. Hopefully, I don't forget anything. Um, However, I'm not intending for this to be very long, and didn't turn on the chat or anything because I'm not really expecting anyone to maybe jump in while I'm doing this. But hopefully, for those that see it after the fact, if you comment or have any questions, I'll try to respond to those. So you'll see the title of this live is Can We Talk? Where's the show, life updates, and navigating grief. So wanted to start with, which is one of the main reasons I wanted to do this live recording, is to kind of give an update as to, well, what happened to the Simply Tammy show. You recorded one season and we haven't seen it. Um, so the season that I did record, and I may get my years mixed up because we got to 2026 some kind of fast. Um, I believe I released those in 2024 and took a pause because um, when I decided to launch the Simply Tammy show, different than I did with Women Who Win, I hired a videographer. I actually have a space locally in Greenville, South Carolina that I record those in. So I went the videographer route to try to take some of the responsibility off of me, because if you have any experience doing anything in the digital media field, it can be a lot of work. So when I was doing Women Who Win, um, I was doing 100% of everything. It was a little easier with the videos because I was doing this type of situation using my laptop. They were connecting with me in a virtual platform and we were able to stream live. But the pre work that goes into that, as far as once you decide who your guests are going to be, reaching out to them, getting them scheduled, scheduling a meeting to discuss the interview, doing some pre promotional information, doing the interview, doing some after promotional information. So, all the things that go into that. And because I was doing 100% of that, I decided, okay, let me try the videographer route. But we know, unless you have, maybe unless you're married to a videographer or have some type of amazing connection, that is not a free service, which I was not expecting it to be. Was paying for that out of pocket, and became, after season one, I had to make a decision to take a break from that for a while, simply because I have a business, I have a home, I have other responsibilities to take care of, and having the additional funding to pay someone to video wasn't available. However, let's fast forward to 2025. Um, Someone approached me and asked me, "Well, how's the show going?" Hadn't I don't know if they asked because they hadn't seen anything or they were just getting an update. And I happened to share with them that I was on a break, because of just waiting until either maybe some sponsors showed up, some other business connections. Didn't want that full financial responsibility on myself. And actually ended up getting someone who offered to sponsor a number of shows. So that was a tremendous blessing. Very grateful for that. So I was ready to, okay, let's start recording again. So just to kind of give you a timeline, and as they say, life happens, life is lifing, whatever you want to call it. So that happened in April. I already had in mind some of the guests that I wanted to interview for my next season. Made a contact with the first individual that I wanted to interview. was able to get that scheduled, did the interview towards the end of May. And the way that I do my services now with the videographer, they do the recording, they send me the file, I do the final editing, like adding my intro and outro and any call outs that I want on the video. And then I load the final file up to the YouTube channel and let you guys know when it's available. Well, something happened with that particular recording that we did in May. So we had video with audio, but it was glitchy. There are parts of it that parts of the conversation were just missing. I believe what my videographer said that happened was they were trying a new hard drive, and the way that the file saved to the hard drive, it did not save as one complete file. And it just didn't give me a product that I was comfortable putting out, because what good is a conversation if you're missing parts of the conversation? So I was a little disappointed that that happened, because my first guest was not local to Greenville. So we were able to get them scheduled based off of their availability of actually being in the area. So I put it off for a while before even reaching back out, because we were either going to have to see if they had availability to be in the area again, or if we were going to have to make a trip to go to where they were. So fast forward to, I want to say August or September. I think it was August. I finally made the contact. It just so happened that my person was going to be in the area again. Videographer was available. So we were able to make that happen, get that scheduled so that we can get that recorded again. The recording happens. I'm going to push this back a little bit. I'm seeing that ring light in my glasses a little bit. And recording happened. Things are great. Okay. I'm excited again, ready to go ahead and get this season recorded. So I started reaching out to other guests, started recording. And around the beginning of October, one of my brothers started having some health challenges. So while I'm still recording, our family is dealing with the back and forth of what is going on with his health. And, life is still lifing. All the other things that you have going on outside of this thing that you enjoy doing, which for me, this show is something that I enjoy doing. I enjoy helping unveil people's stories to other people, because I think that's important. I think it's a dynamic space of learning for us, but still dealing with whatever is going on in life. So that is October. Again, I'm still recording. Get to December, and my brother passes away on December the 8th. So I am actually still recording. I think I actually had a podcast or a interview scheduled to record that week. I still move forward with that interview. But to be honest, during that 3-month period from October through December, I felt myself in an emotional and mental slum as he was dealing with his health challenges and things were uncertain. Praying, believing, all the things, and hearing the doctor's reports and having the up and downs of things look like they're getting better, etc. So, me having to make sure that I'm well before I try to put anything out. Reached out to my therapist, reached out for a coaching session. So, because I felt myself just kind of not in the best place mentally and emotionally from that. So that is the bulk of the answer to the question of, well, where's the show? Well, from the additional recordings that I did from September to, I think, really October through December, we were able to record a total of 9 interviews. There were 10, but we had another little hiccup with another interview. So don't know yet if that's going to be able to be rescheduled. But again, once I get those files from my videographer, then the work is on me to get the additional editing done or the final editing done. And just to be honest, I did not have it. I was literally working at a capacity of just enough. The best way that I could describe it, it was like I was almost having a struggle for the capacity to just be. So the minimal of what I had to do on any given day during that time that, we were walking through with my brother, um, that was what I did. Still tried to, of course, prioritize what I needed to be well, but I didn't have a lot to do, um, a lot to give above what was required. So I allowed myself, and that if I were to share any nuggets in this, I allowed myself to do what I needed to do to be well. And one of the things I will say, if you know me personally, you know that I've lost both my mom and my sister, and many probably don't know because I had siblings on my dad's side. I've also lost a brother on my dad's side of the family. So this year, 2026, will make 20 years since my mom transitioned and 15 years since my sister transitioned. And then my brother that transitioned on my dad's side this year makes, he transitioned in 2009, so 17 years. My math wasn't mathing quick enough in my head for me. So yeah, but I will say, with each one of those transitions of my family members, I have learned something different. Each one was a very different experience. Um, and even though I think I was aware and I think I knew it from times past, I think I felt it a little more since my brother transitioned and in December, that grief really does take a part of you. And because of that, I realized as I was allowing myself time to just reset, refocus, be still, all those things, it was not in an effort to get back to who I was before his sickness and transition, or before, I decided to take a break. What I know, and what I discovered is that there is no getting back to the person who I was before his transition. I'm not that person anymore because, again, grief takes a part of you. So I'm sitting in and resting in and being still in who I am now, and allowing myself to move at that pace and to get things done at that pace, um, to enjoy life at that pace, to um, encounter life at that pace, to pay attention to things that are happening and moving and flowing, all the ebbs and flows of life. So as I'm doing that, again, that is the main update as to where the show has been. I needed some time. I have, again, 9 shows, I believe, that are recorded. They were all recorded last year, and I'm grateful for every guest that said yes to sit down with me. I think that when they are released, they'll still be timely, there'll still be nuggets in there. Um, and the goal is to start releasing them. So we're at the end of February now, the beginning of March, which is next week. So I do have that first one pretty much in final edits and it's ready. So we'll start releasing those and move forward with those until they all have been released, one per week. But I wanted to just kind of share that, let you know that the show is not gone. Don't know how much more beyond here, because again, God provided for season 2, and I trust for everything beyond that. So it is completely a I'd say it's completely a God thing. I do this because I enjoy it, but I also do it because I think that the stories that are being shared and the stories that are being told are necessary, not to only expose you to people and who they are and what they've been through, but to hopefully offer some type of inspiration and encouragement to you on your journey. Um, I think that's all that I wanted to say now. Just to, for those who have walked through grief in any magnitude, um, it is not cliche that that journey can be different and will be different every time. Allow yourself um, the space and the room to become, um, because again, to try to be who you were again, I think that's you're working against the process. The process is sitting in who you are now, absent of the person that still occupies a part of your heart. But otherwise, all is well. Other changes and transitions in life, so you're still managing life as you're managing grief and whatever responsibilities that look like. So allow yourself the time, the space, and the grace to get to those things and approach those things, as you can. And I'm grateful for those of you that have supported and listened and watched since 2020 with Women Who Win, and those that have come along the way. And, I trust and pray and hope that those of you that benefit from the content, that you'll continue to stay connected, that you'll continue to share, and that you'll keep me and my family in prayers. Once the grief steps are done, or the things that you have to do, the funerals and all the things, that really is the start of the journey. So, and I have found from previous grief experiences that the length of that journey um, can be different depending on how you deal. So, yeah, I think I've said enough. Wanted this to just be a quick update. But yes, there are more episodes coming of the Simply Tammy show. Um, that's my life update. I needed some time and will continue to take time as I need it. And yeah, process grief, allow yourself to feel, give yourself space and grace, and do it for others as well. And I'll say this because it just came to mind. Um, and I don't know, this is probably needs to be for discussion. If you know someone that is walking through grief, and that I think this lesson probably illuminated for me a little bit more during this last during walking through this with the transition of my brother. Um, Asking a person, do you need anything? It's not really the most helpful, because people are not necessarily thinking about what they need in those moments. So, what was most helpful for me, what I was most grateful for, is people who just showed up, people who just called and kept calling. Like I had a friend who would call regularly and say, "I'm just checking in on you, trying to make sure, are you by yourself? Are you with family? Checking in on how I was doing." People that just sent cards or any type of um, anything to let me know that they were thinking of me. Um, those things really, really make a difference. So was um, that was enlightening for me, because I'm pretty sure that I've been on the end of, "Do you need anything?" or been the person asking that question. But yeah, mm, not always helpful. So just just show up with, I had people showing up, "Hey, want to stop by, you need something for lunch, or want to drop off dinner," things of that nature. But yeah, I'm going to end this live. Thank you for listening, and stay connected, and the show is coming back soon. Again, thank you for allowing me this time, and have a great day.